What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Stuber out in theaters now. Comedy with Kumail Nanjiani and Dave Bautista, who I'm a fan of. No familiarity with his quote-unquote professional wrestling career, but I enjoy pretty much all of the movies I've seen Bautista in. Same thing with Kumail. Obviously, also Silicon Valley is a hilarious show. I believe they have one more season left. And funny on all the podcasts that I've heard Kumail on. Of course, Big Sick, a great movie that everybody should go watch. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. But this one is it's a very generic kind of movie in a lot of ways. But if you know what you're getting into going into this movie, as far as, the premise of a cop, big burly cop, Bautista, being teamed up with Uber driver Kumail Nanjiani as he has to solve a crime, track down a drug dealer. So overall, I thought it was a funny movie. Overall, despite it being a generic kind of, just a basic kind of buddy cop movie in a way, except for one of them's not a cop. He's just the driver. But still, that kind of trope was hilarious. I mean, I think they play off each other really well. Kumail's just hilarious anyway. The only funny part in the new Men in Black movie was Kumail. He's hilarious in this also. So it's... It also has Kumail's character has a love interest, this woman that he's in love with, and he's becoming a business partner with. That's why he's driving Uber. He works 2 jobs. He works in like a sports supply store as well as driving Uber to save money, to start a business with this girl that he loves he's been put into the friend zone. Even though that's supposed to not exist or whatever, but as more of you can kind of, I think it exists. I don't know if maybe that term's been hijacked, but friend zone isn't necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, they like hooked up once, like she's this hot chick. They hooked up once, and he has this he's just in love with her, even though she's not a big part of this movie. But their interactions, it's like, okay, you deserve better, Kumail. You deserve better. But anyway, all of that's fine. All of that's whatever. It's a funny movie. It's like a fun time in the movie theaters. I did have some problems with this movie. Kumail his character Stu drives a Nissan Leaf, right? An electric car. Okay? He drives the Nissan Leaf throughout LA, throughout this entire movie, from the beginning of the day till nighttime. Okay? First off, a Nissan Leaf, as far as electric cars go, it's not a Tesla, right? Maybe the Leaf has a super edition where they have an extra battery life, but I think even the best electric car on the market today could not withstand driving around LA for a full, what seems to be, let's just say 12 hours. I think that's being extremely generous. But let's just say 12 hours of driving around LA. There is no electric car in the world that can handle that. Plus, the fact, what this movie does with LA is it removed all of the traffic. So, as far as Stu taking Bautista around town, I don't know LA geography that well, but it seemed like they were going all over LA. But my experience driving in LA during the daytime is that you can go fuck yourself if you're trying to drive all around the town to different parts of LA. LA's spread out to begin with. So going from one part of LA to another part of LA, you're going a far distance in general, but to go through the traffic that's in LA, is just, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Maybe it can be pulled off. Maybe. But I'm not buying any electric car driving around for 12 hours without a charge, without one charge at all. Didn't buy it. It was kind of funny. I mean, there's a part, spoilers, at the end of the movie when it's nighttime, when it's probably the worst time for the battery to die. Then it starts to die. So the Nissan Leaf charging, I think I call bullshit. No traffic in LA. Like, there's no scenes where Stu and cop guy, I don't even know Batista's character's name in this. Like, they're never stuck in traffic ever. And then the third thing, it's like, considering Kumail's car, and he's an overboard Uber driver. Like, he's an Uber driver that has refreshments for people. He has the sign that says, reminds people to rate him 5 stars. I've looked online. You can buy these kits on Amazon where you hang them on your seat, your driver's seat and your passenger seat, so you can put information like, here's the Wi-Fi code, and thanks for listening. Ask me if you need a charger. Like, all these generic things that most people who take Ubers don't really need most of the time. And then to remind you 5 stars. Like, 5 stars is pretty easy to get. It's like the big thing with Stu is that for some reason he's not a good Uber driver and gets horrible stars, and he's about to, be suspended from driving with Uber because his rating is so low. I call bullshit on that. He seemed like a perfectly fine driver, and like, he knows the difference. No, he didn't seem like a bad driver that's suffering from getting too many shitty stars. He should have been driving a dog shit car, not a brand new clean Leaf. Should have been driving a dog shit car that runs on gasoline, that could afford to drive them around LA for a full day. But yeah, so logistically, I have some problems with it. But if you're going into just a fun, stupid buddy comedy movie, buddy cop movie, and you're just going to have fun and laugh a little bit, it's not a bad sit at the movie theater. I enjoyed it. I didn't have a high bar for it, and it met my expectations. Aside from just like, I mean, clearly Nissan was like a big. They threw a lot of money into this movie. Same with Uber. Uber and Leaf both threw in. Like, the biggest problem being an Uber driver is getting paid. Not getting paid. You get paid easily. It's just the amount that you get paid driving for Uber is pretty dog shit. When you factor in gas, when you factor in oil changes, when you factor in all the things that cost money to run a vehicle, like, you're really not making that much money. So clearly Uber and Nissan threw a lot of money into this movie for product placement, and so their services were flawless. Yeah, go watch Stuber. It's not bad. I would not mind seeing both of these guys in another kind of action movie. They could, it may be a little bit better movie, maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit more believable. I don't know. It was fun though. New episodes of this show come out daily. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork because I paint a lot of them. Over 800 available right now. Paintings, original paintings by myself. Save 10% on any of them. Everything that I sell on my website, inspireddisorder.com. Save 10% with coupon code INSPIRED. @Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!